flicker onto ignition, go to crank. Guys, and welcome back to the channel, and here we have my new to me Mk3 pre-facelift Caddy. Now this Caddy has a particularly unhealthy engine. It's failing to start, it's really dragging on that starter motor, and I'm pretty sure you can hear valve to piston contact, because we do have a brand new battery on there. So this has got to go. Despite it having really low miles, putting on 82,000, this engine had about 7,000 miles ago, something like that. But yeah, this is no good. So I'll show you around the rest of it. So we have a lovely black Caddy, and definitely wants some paintwork doing. Well, we'll be tidying it up. You see it's got like overspray on it, and it's been scratched and God knows what else, which is always fun. It's just covered in like overspray, and yeah, not fun. Interior, we have a solution for this, which is not this seat. We're looking at a solution for that, and bits like that. I've already pulled, so I kind of already started with this one a little bit. So it had a power system in, the wire just dangling out here, and fuse taps, and I've ripped all that out. Start fresh, start clean. Its steering wheel has seen better days, and yeah, it's a combination of that's not worn, that is human slime, as you can see there, built up into the wheel. So be changing that, can't be having that, and it looks knackered anyway, where people have just been picking at it whilst they've been driving along and such. But the rest of it looks alright condition. I think we've got 207,000 on the van. Got a decent little head unit there that I think we might be able to get Bluetooth working. Might see if we need to retrofit a module. We have keep fit windows, bulkhead, and the real treat on this van is twin sliding doors. So we've got barely any spec, but we do have. So this is our solution to the seat issue. We have Turan seats, we'll be picking bases up for very shortly. But we also have there a second door. So this is a short wheelbase black Caddy, twin sliding doors. Obviously it's the SDI one, and we got included this lovely CD up in the top there in the storage. We'll give a clean and see if we can't get these tunes blasting back through this stereo once again. Now, I've already checked this stereo, there is nothing else in there to be had. We did get a TV remote with this in here. I'm not sure if the previous owner knew he'd left that in there, but hey ho. So 5-speed box, nothing fancy, no passenger airbag, you know, absolutely bog standard. The ASR button, like, no, just basic Caddy van. So first thing I'm going to do is start getting the engine out. For that, we're going to disassemble the front end. In fact, no, before that, we have an issue with the rear third brake light. I'm going to get to fixing that now. This is the third brake light. As you can see, it's broken, but has been made red again by just a bit of film. Now obviously that's going to let water in and it's going to get into the van. We don't want that, and it looks a bit naff, and I think we can do a hell of a lot better than that. So to get in there and replace it, open this door up. We've got 2 Phillips head screws, so I'm going to unscrew them now and see what happens. I've now removed those screws and that film, and this is what we've been left with. So now I need to try and fish this out of here, see if we can't unplug it. There we are, and we have a plug, so I'll just pull down on that and be able to remove that. But yeah, we'll keep that excess out so we can plug the new one in. You can see we have Amazon's finest the cheapest one we could order on the net. It was a whopping £10. Put that out there, and this is what it looks like. So that's got a genuine Volkswagen part number on it. See it there if you wanted that. Obviously now we have a spare LED board, which is cool. This is the light itself. I'm presuming this is some kind of foam backer that we'll need to stick on round there just to get a weather seal. So I'll do that and we'll offer this up to the van. So we've now offered that seal up, got that stuck on there. So now what we can do is plug this unit in. So it goes that way up. It's plugged in. And offer this back up to the van. Make sure we get it seated in there nicely. Like so. And now we shall go straight back in from the other side. Now we have a proper third brake light back on the van. Obviously, yes, there's still damage on the van, but we've not got around to touching all that up yet. But yeah, that's in. That looks so much better. We now have a proper third brake light and a bit of a weather seal on it to hopefully keep weather out. Next, I'm going to start disassembling this front end. So I'm going to get the bumper off first. Then we're going to look at headlights and then this entire slam panel, whilst also draining the coolant out so we can remove the whole radiator assembly as one. And that way we'll be able to get nice easy access to this old SDI lump. Not necessarily going to be a guide on how to do it, I'm just going to show you how I'm doing it. So I've got all the Torx bolts out. It's a good idea when you are doing a big job like this, every bolt you take out or screw or whatever, yeah, wants to go in there. So the these ones are kind of with like the nut head on them. They were for the top, either side, and if you still find it doesn't want to drop off, you just got these two push tabs there that clip in there. Just push them down, they'll now come off, and then down there you just see we've got the outdoor ambient temperature sensor there, so we'll just unplug that and crack on. So with the front bumper off, I mean I've not even had to jack it up. There's a flooded container under there. We loosened this this clamp off, this hose. That's come off the bottom part of the radiator. Then we just took the coolant cap off there to allow things to settle through nicely. Get rid of all that coolant out of the system. And you can also squeeze hoses too. Make sure that's going to drain out of there. Nice, obviously you can hear it. Still got a bit in there that's coming out. So yeah, but it all looks really accessible under here. It's got the bonnet cables there. Well, the bonnet cable is here, and then that's probably the sensor for the latch. Headlight plug. Again, this side a little bit more cramped, but this airbox is coming out anyway, which is already half removed. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on with getting stuff off and ready, and then I will give an update next time there's something interesting. So what we've done here, let's remove the bumper profile guides. It's all T20s. With this one I've just put the screws back in rather than leaving them separately. Screws like that where they don't affect anything going back in, leave them back in. Now screw organised now, we have so we had bumper, now we've got headlights, and some of this hardware is proper crusty. So it might be time to get some new stuff from TPS. If you have to take it apart again, I won't be happy. Obviously it's been apart at some point because it had a new rad, which is another thing off my list. But yeah, so now it should be headlight out. Because these are coming out, it'll need to be readjusted at some point in the future. And one of the beauties of having a van is that you've got a place to store all your parts. So air filters off, we've had a look in there, it doesn't look too bad. So that has really opened up where we're working. Yeah, kind of looking at disconnecting that clamp down there and getting think there's a screw as well, screw there, so we can get this pipe out the way. That gives us access to all of this. So I'm probably going to end up doing is unpicking this loom from this engine, and yeah, just reconnecting it to the new one. Depends how much of a faff it's going to be. I think what I'm going to do as well when we're getting ready to take the engine out is I'm going to disconnect the take off the auxiliary belt. Once that's disconnected, unbolt the power steering pump down there. Looked like it had a recently new pulley on it. Yeah, disconnect that pump, and we'll leave that out of the way. Disconnect it from everywhere it's cable tied. Obviously disconnect the pump, because obviously you can see that's full of fluid. That'll be connected to the steering rack. I don't want to deal with that. All I want to do is get this lump out and get a fresh one in. So yeah, we'll start looking at moving this diesel filter housing, which again looks nice and crusty. It's got fuel line disconnects back there, so we'll do those. Yeah, it's just a case cracking on really. Obviously we've got vacuum stuff, we've moved it off to the side. This battery can come out. Yeah, just crack on. Get the battery tray out as well, and then we really will see what we're dealing with. Whilst we've got a lot of room, this engine is quite tucked back there. Video reference now: bumper, headlight, clutch slave. So we're going to back up to here, remove the select cables. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to come off, but it didn't. It's just come out of the bush. So that'll just get some WD on that. That'll slip back on. Put the little retainer back on where it should be on the selector tower, so that is fine. Obviously you've got 13s, 3 of them for that. Just stuck them back in their holes respectively, because there's no actual real reason to not, to be honest. Just now disconnecting coolant pipes from the engine. So the next big one will be the thermostat. As you can hear, there's still stuff coming out of there. So yeah, we'll get that out, and then that's all the hoses connected to the rad disconnected that we'll want. So we can pull this rad out, and so we'll need to get back under there, get that air intake pipe detached from this fan shroud. And the other thing then left to do is this bonnet cable, which, well, we can do very quickly. You can see there, we'll just pull it, that'll come out, and all we've got in here is, see a little ball, like so. We're just going to twist this round and pull that wire out, then that will be the bonnet cable disconnected, and then this slant panel will be ready to come out. So now I've unclipped stuff. That bottom hose there that connects to the rad, if you are playing at home, the thermostat one, just unclip it. You don't actually need to take it off that end, as long as you've taken this one off and this little one off. Obviously one end goes there, one end carries on to that pipe as well. Make sure you remove those, and then yeah, this piece is now ready to come out. You don't need to remove the torque screws there at all, even though they are T30s, nice and easy, because this entire thing is attached. So we should be able to leave the horn in place, because that's on a bracket on the back. So it's 16 mils. Right, so I've already given them some WD. Right, so they're coming out, as you can see, a little bit crusty. But yeah, so we're going to go around, and this will be quite heavy, but we can get the entire rad detached. Don't forget, you've also got some, it looks like T30s up here as well on this piece, so we'll have to take those off on both sides. As such, we now have a lot better access to what we need to get access to. Yeah, looking pretty good. Now obviously we are going to have to take the drive shafts out. I'll do that one at a time each side. I'll disconnect them from the gearbox side, just drop them down out of the way, and that way we'll be able to just then hook this up to the crane, undo the engine mounts, roll it out, gearbox off, deal with our new engine. Our exhaust, I'm going to have to unbolt that. Which looks like it's going to be not too bad, if I'm honest, because it's back there. Might be quite stubborn, maybe a bit rusty. But on our new engine, it looks like we've got the cat. So that means on our old engine, we'll be able to scrap the cat, which should recoup us some of the cost on the actual engine itself. Now, we're told that this did have a new timing belt on it, and I am quite intrigued to see, and yeah, it actually does look like it's got a fairly fresh belt on it, which is a crying shame, because this is obviously no good. Pull that off of there, yeah, and you can see the writing on it. Well, we'll find out if it's genuine or not, but it has had a belt at some point. I can compare that to the belt on this one. I think this one looks a little bit, well, quite a bit older, if I'm perfectly honest. So this one's going to want doing at some point in the very near future. However, we can get this out for now. We'll worry about that a bit later. So our next major thing is power steering pump is now off. It had you had 3 bolts for pulley. See that I've left them in there. This pulley, as you see which way it went on and which ones it want to. You've got 4 bolts, 2 here, 2 here. Then you can take that hydraulic power steering pump off. So that's now the way I've unhooked it from that bracket there. That bracket's probably going to snap off, but that is what it is. Underneath we do have the oil level sensor disconnected, so good to go on that one. Like I say, I think all we've got now, because we've got the 2 coolant pipes at the back disconnected for the heater matrix. So I do believe now all we've got is the exhaust, obviously tucked back there, and those drive shaft bolts, which you might get lucky on this side being able to undo them as they are. So we've got that sleeve out of there, so we can have that out of the way. Yeah, probably have to get them from where they are. That side I'm probably going to have to get under the car, but I might have to get under the car to do that exhaust anyway. Yeah, I say car, it's a van in it. And then I think what I'll probably do is get this lump out, remove what needs to be removed from this one. Is a significantly lower mile engine than what's currently in this one, but that is what it is. Get the gearbox split off, get this one set aside, get that one mounted up to the gearbox, get it mounted back into the van, and I'll probably leave it there for today. We now have exhaust removed. As you can see there, you can do that with the engine in place. So all I've got to do now is drive shafts. I'm going to jack up each side so I can spin the wheels, get those drive shafts unbolted. Well, stuff you find on used vehicles. Look at that, right? So there's 2 threads there, or 2 bolts, sticking out wrong way, machining gearbox, because some idiot has snapped it off and it's been working its way out. Now this one will loose, that one's come out by hand, so I'm taking this engine out because it won't start. That one's loose. What's the better rest are? Oh look, loose. Oh look, loose. That's not bolted on at all. Oh, it makes my life getting this drive shaft out a bit easier, doesn't it? I'm thinking, well, is this engine actually alright then? Because obviously it's been trying to turn that, hasn't it? But it's only been trying to turn that when it's in gear. When trying to start it when it's not in gear. See, it won't start, will it? Because of that. Well, no, not because of that. Because the engine's knackered and all. Used motors. You'd love to hate them. Well, there we have it. So we have new engine in, old engine out. And no, I've not just swapped the rocker cover. Yeah, so... yeah, once done it, but we'll live with it for now. I think there's supposed to be a bigger... Oh no, that cover is quite long down there, so that's fine. I'll cover that up nicely. Obviously, nothing's hard in yet. These are in, they're in. So 2, 2, and then underneath is the 2. I'm just going to get the steering, power steering pump back bolted in with, put the bolts in that it's supposed to. Then I'm going to put the front end loosely back together, and I'm probably going to call that a day because it's now 6 o'clock. I'd like to go to the gym. Yeah, I just want to get cracking. It looks like this engine's had some work fairly recently because they've not put that behind there, but that doesn't matter too much at all. Looks like it had a new thermostat. Yeah, alternator looks quite bright. Don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. Well, that went in straight, were it? Let's pull that out. How are we looking on that? It's definitely black. So we'll change that before we even attempt to start this one. So yeah, and obviously all the wiring's there. So I'm just going to throw everything loosely where it needs to go. I'll put the starter in and bits like that. I'll quickly whiz stuff together, just so stuff's more where it's supposed to be. But I'm going to leave all the fuel to do, leave all the plumbing to do, because I can't be bothered with that today. So that's where I'm going to leave it for today, guys. Old engine out, new engine in, happy days. Can't say fairer than that, can you?